Today is the 31st of May 2014. Welcome to my allotment tour for the end of May, obviously 2014. And welcome to my shed. This is the first time I've shown my shed, and the reason is because really and truly it's been such a mess that I was rather embarrassed about it. But I finally cleared it up. Because I've now got two sheds, I can put my netting, my Enviro mesh, my fleece, all my bulky items that used to be piled up along the back here out of the way in that shed, plus some of my machinery. We'll now go outside and tour around the plot. We're now outside, and if you can see the top right hand corner of this image is the door to my shed. So we just come out of the shed onto my new plot that I started this month. First of all, you'll notice the canes. There's two sets of canes there, and on the first set of canes on the right hand side I've planted Bonotti beans, and on the second set of canes I've actually sown some pea beans. I've never tried those before, so I'll see how they'll get on. Just swinging round, there's nothing in this top bed at this top strip at the moment, but turn around where the white pots are, white and black large pots. Within those pots are my courgettes. Just this side of those pots, where the earth is slightly darker, I did sow some butternut squash directly into the soil, so I'm just waiting for those to start to grow. Behind those three white pots you can see some metal stakes sticking up, and within that in that square or large rectangle I've sown some carrots, and I'll be wrapping some fleece around that area to stop carrot fly. We'll just have a little walk down now. Try to be as steady as possible. Now each side of this square I've sown or planted some onion sets, and these flattened areas will be my paths. Each of the beds will be 4 foot wide. Down here on these ridges I've planted some main crop potatoes, and these are Desiree, Maris Piper and King Edward. So basically I've just dug and rotivated this bed, or these be 6 beds when they're finished, but at least I've managed to get something in them this month. Swinging round this area here, we can see that incinerator and this rough grass. I have a 6 foot by 8 foot greenhouse that will go here when I put it up sometime in the summer. Just coming round and up, you can see the shed, and this shed I'm using for storage. As I mentioned before, I keep my fleece, netting, supports, useful bulky items will be kept in that shed. Walking down a bit further, let's come round here. Right, I've started to clear some of this area. It was made up for fruit, But I've got the strawberries I require, I've got the raspberry canes I like, and rhubarb. I'm not a lover of black currants, so those bushes I'm giving away. There's four, I think there's 4 bushes in here, and the rest of the bushes will be dug up. This will be cleared, and I again will use it as, I'll have 2, possibly 3 beds in this section. So we're now at the bottom of my 2 plots. So let's walk along and have a look at my brassica section. Since the last visit, you'll notice now that all my brassicas have been planted. At the far end are my Brussels sprouts, followed by my early sprouting broccoli, and finally, then my winter cabbage, January King, and then my spring cabbage at the bottom here, called Duncan. Swinging round, I've got my Calabrese in this corner, and next to that I was given some red cabbage. Let's move a bit closer. I was given some red cabbage, so I put that in there, and then from there you can see my carrots. So I'm going to pause here and walk around and have a look at the other side. I'm now at the other side of my bed, and you can see my peas. They are in pod. I'm just waiting for the actual peas to develop, and then I'll be eating those. And then coming down just here, I have my shallots and garlic. I do need to sow more parsnips, as I haven't got that many, not many of them took. So I haven't been very lucky on this allotment over the last couple of years with parsnips, but there's only me that eats them, so I'm not too worried. Let's move up the plot this way. Raspberry canes, they're doing well, no problems with those. Still eating plenty of rhubarb. I've now finished eating my asparagus, so I've now left that to grow on. Moving up the plot, I've planted 1 row of beans. These are White Lady. These were planted in modules, or sown in modules, and then I just planted them out, I suppose about 10 days ago. Now this section here did have some French beans, dwarf French beans in. When I took the fleece off to weed, the beans were very, very tall and stringy. So I pulled them with the weeds and I've re-sown. Next to that we have the beetroot, that's growing on well, and spinach. So let's carry on and move around a little bit. I've been eating spinach over the last week, and also next to my spinach is the leeks, which were planted this month, and coming round, these are the onions, which seem to be doing quite well. If I swing round, this is the comfrey bed that's doing quite well. I will be cutting that comfrey back today and doing a video on making comfrey feed. We'll move on. And here we are at the strawberry bed. These are doing well. We've had about 4 or 5 meals from the strawberries, so that's doing fine. The plain section behind, that will be taken over. I'm going to try the Three Sisters this year, and I'll be planting, most probably planting that up today, so I'll be doing a video on that as well. If I carry on up the plot, the potatoes, these are my main crop potatoes. They're looking quite well. I will start to earth those up, and behind them, if you can see in the bags and white pots, are the rest of my early potatoes. Coming round behind the compost bins, compost bags. If I go in, you can see the broad beans. They are now in pod. I'm just waiting for them to largen up. Ready for picking. And finally, let's move to the greenhouse. Let's see what we can see in here. The tomatoes are growing well. The nasturtiums are still in here. Just down here. I'm still eating the lettuce. The marigolds I put back in here, they seem to be getting a bit too cold from out there. Yeah. But they're coming on well. They'll be planted in a few days. Swinging round. As you can see, I've moved my potato bags outside now. And I did empty 2 of the bags. And I did a video on opening one of them, and I managed to get 5 pound of potatoes. My sweet corn over back there is ready for planting out. That will be done most probably today. Behind there are melons. Been planted, so I'm more or less planted up in the greenhouse. There's some radishes down there, the tomatoes, there's peppers planted, and a bit more lettuce just down the bottom here. So the cucumbers, peppers, melons, tomatoes and lettuce will be grown in the greenhouse. I've got some bush tomatoes here in pots. They will actually go outside later when there's no fear of any frost. So that's a greenhouse. So this was a tour of my 2 half plots. Hope you found it useful, and I must really see you again next month. Thanks for watching.